January. Craft brewers say that the industry will not make it through an extended lockdown. Meanwhile, the National Coronavirus Council is meeting today to discuss ways to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Let's continue then this conversation with John Morrow, who is a board member at the Craft Brewer Association of South Africa. A very good afternoon to you, John. I think we've been distracted quite a few times trying to have this conversation. I hope we get it right the third time around.
Let's hope.
Yeah, let me start from the beginning then. All right, so. Yeah. No doubt that the lockdown, the ban on alcohol, on beer has really kind of knocked the industry. What is the gist of the plea that you've put forward to the president? What are you requesting? What are you saying? And why specifically the 16th of January that you've tabled as the day that you'd like the president to lift this ban on alcohol?
Well, as an industry, obviously we support the president and the regulations, and obviously we don't want to have any impact on any more numbers for COVID. So we're sticking to this initial ban, obviously, but with what we've seen previously, there's always the worry that there's going to be an extension. With an extension, that runs all of our businesses, from micro to macro manufacturers, well out of whack. So unfortunately, we're just trying to get in there so that we can say we're sticking to this initial ban, but from the 16th or after the 15th, we'd like to have some kind of leniency on the industry, because if that extension happens, then we're going to run into serious problems, especially the micro manufacturers, the small craft breweries who don't have the infrastructure to actually handle that kind of loss. So we're looking to do not on consumption, so we don't want people going to bars and all that kind of thing, but we would like to at least have off consumption, so being able to sell to the public, not through necessarily bottle stores, but we'd like to be able to do a click and collect or an online store or something like that, where it goes directly to the customer. They drink it at home. There's no worry about people sitting around together and making a bit of a problem with COVID. So that's our main focus, is to try and get some kind of sales in, because we've already lost quite a bit of our festive trade by taking it from last week already.
I've been wanting to get a reaction from someone in the alcohol industry, so I'm going to take advantage of you, as I did get a reaction from doctors and medical staff on this particular issue. You might have seen pictures on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve of empty beds, ICU beds at Baragwanath Hospital, one of the biggest hospitals in actually on the continent. Really, usually New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. This particular hospital, if you were to look at pictures from the ICU ward, it is flooded with people. There is blood everywhere. There are people injured. There are people dying. And it is said that the reason why the beds were empty and the wards were empty this time around was directly because of the alcohol ban. What is your reaction to the fact that we now have proof, I suppose, that alcohol does cause a problem, and then causing a further strain to our already ailing health facilities. And here we found something that might be able to help us, so that there is space to deal with people who have COVID-19. I mean, what's your reaction? I mean, when I've spoken to doctors, they said they were very happy, and going forward, they would indeed support a ban on especially around New Year's Eve of alcohol. I mean, what is your reaction? I've been wanting to get a reaction from someone in the alcohol industry on this.
No, look, obviously there is that impact, and it's mostly, well, it's not mostly, but especially there's violence when it comes to alcohol, when people go over the limit. So, we don't want to support that. But on the other hand, the industry brings in a lot of money into the economy, and also there's a huge amount of people, plus their families, involved with the industry that are going to be losing out. And we're going to probably see more craft brewery closures, and the macro brewers, the AB InBev, they will also struggle. So it's just trying to find some kind of happy medium where we'll be able to sell with a bit more, how can I say it, a bit more safety instead of just having bottle stores open and bars open where people can congregate and that kind of thing. So whilst we do admit that there is obviously situations with alcohol where it can lead to more infections and more beds being filled up from the various reasons, we're just trying to find some kind of fine medium where we'll be able to trade and bring money into the business and into the economy, but still trying to keep it as safe as possible.
All right. As we just wrap up our conversation regarding your plea then, and in terms of engagements, how far are you regarding that? Has government communicated with you in any way regarding what you've requested when it comes to the 16th of January? No.
Not as far as we've seen. We're hoping to get some kind of reaction very, very soon so that we can start making amendments for it. But at this point we're still waiting.
All right. John, thank you very much for speaking to us here on SABC News.
Thank
John
you.
Morrow is a board member of the Craft Brewers Association. Many thanks to you. All right.